It's like grappled you. What are you gonna do? Let go? What?
Okay, so
As the other claw comes flying
even
in.
if you didn't damage it before, it started with 55 hit points.
Wonderful.
And it was at 42, so yeah, you essentially decimated as you begin to like tear its pieces apart, and it's like
Reduced to atoms.
bones, and the smoke dissipates. It's like a sight of carnage. Okay, Zexus.
Success looks between Zilol and the fleeing necromancer. Zilol, the fleeing necromancer.
Now the question is, if you moved behind the one goal, would that give you advantage? Even though I'm paralyzed.
No, it wouldn't. You're not a combatant right now. You're a large-sized statue.
You need to be threatening.
Alright, that's what I thought. I figured double check.
Just thinking if I should just head over the river and trying to catch up to the necromancer.
Question. Yeah, what is your movement speed?
My movement is 30, so
Okay,
It
so
would be-
it is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Unless the fucker managed to fatigue you. No, wait, fatigue
No.
would not lower your movement speed.
It would stop me from running, so it'd basically be the same thing. Nah, I'm gonna go catch him. Good luck, Silal.
Thanks.
Mhm.
Well, then again, I only need to roll a 10, so it's not like it's impossible.
Okay, so one here. Then
At least it's not
25
as-
like this.
At least it's not as bad as my -1 when I started out at.
Actually, can you do an acrobatics into difficult terrain to jump over?
There is nothing to jump. If you like went through like these rocks, then sure, it's absolutely possible to acrobatics over them. But yeah, this is just like a river.
No, I would just jump into the river, then do the difficult terrain, but this, if that's possible, then this would be what you'd do.
I mean, yeah, going for the rocks like that, sure. Like how much acrobatics do you have?
Plus 17.
Yeah, you don't have to roll.
Sure. So yeah, Success starts jumping over the rock, sheets his blade, and starts running after the necromancer. That's my turn.
Fuck, that won't work because he has to touch you. Okay, so
Here
that
it is.
necromancer is not like visible, but to better keep track, I'm gonna keep the token visible to not
Yes.
switch between the layers because that's gonna be irritating.
If you want, you can also do like this, add here, like 6, sorry, spacebar. Like this, for example, he's 60 feet away, 70 feet away, 80 feet away, 90, like put it on his token, but up to you.
Right now he actually would be only because he did cast a spell and he was slightly earlier. No, he was somewhere like here or even here. He was slightly behind, so I would say
I mean, you could even have him move like this or this, just so he's still on the screen.
yeah, sure. Alright. Okay, this one is dead. This one is dead. Zilol, you are as a full round action actually? What's the hold person? Because I think yeah, this is a full round action to make a new will save to break free of the hold person.
Alright, come on, 10.
So yeah, DC 17.
Break your bonds, be free, no! What was the DC, 17, right?
Yeah. Sure, fight too.
20, so per 2 levels, so 6, so that's 3, so that's 15, so that's 25, 30, 40, fuck. before we get to Necromancer's Turn, I think, what does he can do? What the fuck he can do? He wasted both hold persons, he doesn't have any more.
Hmm.
Fuck! That won't work. But yeah, 6 rounds on hold person remaining. Zillow.
You go after the cultist, I'll save these assholes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, fuck, I forgot they're paralyzed, I can't go with you. Let's go with you, come back. Oh, they got coup grabbed by the
Okay.
ghouls and then murdered them.
He looks over the cultist as he's like beginning to run away. He looks over his shoulder. Ah, we had such a friendly conversation, haven't we? He makes like a slight turn so he can get into actual range as a sort of like a 5-foot step, and he will. He will attempt, because nothing else actually has a chance of working. He will attempt to charm you.
Alright, what do you want? Will save.
And technically speaking, he's not threatening you, and neither of his allies are attacking you, so I would not say that you are getting like the bonus. But yeah, charm person is DC. Where the fuck is it? Oh my god, they said. Okay, I think this will be DC 15 will save.
Alright. Let's hope for the best. Oof. Success merely raises his blade. Let us have at thee.
I was gonna say, it is in Zix's personality to stick rather close to his friends though, and he just made a brand new friend.
Either way.
boy. Oh boy.
But yeah, I do believe that's enough.
Curses. And if you make a 5-foot step, can you still make a like 13 movements? No.
No,
Nope.
All right.
you pick one of them.
5-foot step, you can't make any movement.
Yeah.
You can't use your move action to move.
Like he's profusely sweating right now. Mistakes were made.
Alright.
Alright, this one is dead. However, this one. Nah, it's gonna unleash full attack. It's not coup de grace, it's like biting and clawing into you, trying to like basically get as much meat as possible, Zillow.
Leave
So-
the pig alone.
So bite. 16 to hit against paralyzed.
At is that against regular AC? Because that's a miss.
What paralyzed means? Hold on.
Because it's the same.
Dex-
For,
dex-
DC is the same for flat-footed too.
Dexterity strength is 0. Helpless.
Oh.
Nah, it doesn't say if it's changing. Essentially, if you had any AC from dexterity, then you don't get that. Because your dexterity as a paralysis is effectively 0. Alright. Somehow they are unable to pierce through your thick hide. And then claw attacks. 23 to hit.
That hits.
Alright, and the second claw, because if both of them hit, rend will happen. And 25.
Hits.
Alright. So from claw, that's 1, that's 2, and because both of them hit, they rend a massive piece of flesh from your body, which rend deals another points of damage, and it stacks bleed, I believe. Because it says special attacks bleed 1.
So you take 1 damage every turn until you fix it, basically.
Yeah, so you have, yeah.
It's like DC 50 medicine check, so you'll be fine, but still.
Yeah, I think it bleeds for
Alright,
every hit, but yeah. Okay, so that was it. Chariok. 4 turns remaining. You might, perhaps this will be the one,
Herg! Herg!
and that
Hurry!
thing will be
Nope.
sadly no. Actually,
What's your wisdom, Simon?
Let's see. My wisdom is 12.
That's +1. You don't have a cloak of protection. I see. All right.
the second goal. Fuck.
No tech.
Actually, hold on. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. This would be normal, so 75, 80. No. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, 80.
No, that's 10 feet. Or 85.
I mean, that roll 20 map pisses me off because sometimes it's like 5 feet, sometimes it's 10.
Yeah, you're using the Pathfinder movement system. I'd recommend using the 5th edition, but you're the one choosing. Which is that every other.
I wasn't
5
aware
foot
that's
is
the
10.
difference. So, on. Yeah, the fucking problem is that measurements. Oh, because I have to use like Pathfinder for character sheet, I don't have an option to put. Oh no, actually I know measurements DD&D 5e compatible.
So if you go, yeah.
So hold on with that. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40.
Yeah, now
50,
it's the 5th edition.
60.
Much better.
Yeah, I wasn't aware there was a difference. No, he's probably fucked either way.
Up to him.
What's that?
Fuck. Never mind.
I found something I can get next time we buy stuff.
Okay, yeah, the other one will just like try to finish off the. Actually, fuck. The cultist is a fucking coward. I mean,
he might scream for help, but then he just runs over here. That's entirely reasonable.
yeah. Creature, assist me. Someone doesn't know the meaning of no. Okay, how close I can get the fucking goal?
Alright, let's see. This is just 5 feet. 15, 25, 35.
Next thing we know,
45,
Sixtus is
55.
attending a sensitivity training.
Yeah, they have their
65,
basic move.
75, 80.
Their
That's
basic
80 feet.
Their basic move is 40 feet, so when they double move, okay. Alright, Azrak. Pick is in danger, as this one is tearing into it.
I sadly have to move 10 feet, but suddenly get one of. I'll do my strike though, I get 2 attacks. So it'll just be these first 2. I'll even use my fancy strike for it.
Ooh, fancy.
Nice.
Then that'd be. Oh yeah, I went to.
Yeah,
And I
but
will
if...
swap into my steel coil stance.
Okay, 19 hits.
This 26.
Yeah, hits. Alright,
Alright.
because you're using the 2 attacks. Yeah, strike. Okay. Yeah, that beats its CMD. That also beats its CMD.
So let's see if that is. $82.
Yeah, you basically exterminate the creature in... Basically one-shot it, more or less. As
I
you
rip it in half.
yeah, you show it how does it mean to really rend a creature. All right.
You merely adopted the re-rending.
Okay, Zixus.
Sure. Thanks to adjusted measurements, I can just about make it to him.
I will then have to go over every map.
Yeah, it's up to you. It's just, how do I say, the Pathfinder sacrifices usability for slightly more realism, unfortunately. And it's
I mean, really, I wasn't aware that it's like such a difference, a problematic difference.
Success, how do I say, puts his hand on his blade, dashes up to the necromancer. For your evil deeds, dirt. As he casts, raging flux. I think that's the one. Yes. And elemental flux.
Fuck, he's a mage. He doesn't have high AC, even with mage armor. Oh my fucking god.
Success unleashes secret technique. The wind down from the mountain. And
So his regular AC is 15, touch is 11. If you can round up the damage,
Sure.
'cause I'm pretty sure.
Sure. 17 plus 12 plus 14 plus 12 plus 8 plus 10 plus 11. 84 damage.
Okay, so even if he was at full hit points, that would have one-shotted him.
Success throws his two most powerful techniques on him. If you want, you can take an attack of opportunity, but I don't think it matters. I don't think he can do anything with that attack of opportunity either.
I mean, who?
Him, because I used wind blades in melee I used the elemental flux in melee combat.
I mean, out of sheer curiosity, because as a melee weapon he only has dagger.
Hey, you can try to stab me if you want.
As this last act of defiance,
Nice.
which I don't think it makes it.
No, you just see him like drop his dagger as the wind cuts into him, sending his body flying up into
I mean,
the air.
yeah, he tries to hit you, like, as he's like moving the arm suddenly is like cut, it starts flying away, then in a slow motion the rest of his limbs like basically start spreading apart, and in this like brief moment, as his like also head is detached from his body with a geyser of blood, and the head starts like turning in air, doing a flip, its eyes lifeless, as life like it's not only escaping but evaporates from it. For a brief moment you see a new spark in its eyes as the gaze locks onto you, and the strength behind that gaze actually manages to get like a chill up your spine, and the mouth does not move, but you can hear one last word before the body parts collapse. Interesting. And then poof, the geyser of blood, the body parts all fall apart. Technically speaking, I mean, they don't have morale, so the last one will, with its like, you know, blind rage, attack the nearest target. So who knows, maybe the ghoul will get you, Zixos.
Yeah,
Zillow?
that would be tragic.
We'll save DC 17. Zero.
But my sheet was taking forever to.
Oh, okay,
update.
sorry,
Give me a
I-
second. Because I lost all my buffs. I was like, okay, there he goes.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I went because I looked up. I was like, wait, why is all my buffs missing right now?
Hmm.
Alright. Okay, I don't know. Come on, come on, come on, sheep.
Okay. Yeah,
Freedom.
that
It can
took
happen.
full round action, but of your own strength, finally pissed off that this held you for so long, you break free of the unseen magical shackles that were holding you.
And as you can see, for some reason, because that happened, my health was all messed up too. But luckily, I remember what I was at.
Yeah, I think you had 9?
Yep.
Okay. Cheruk, let's see. Maybe you'll be able to do the same thing.
15?
17, sadly.
Nah.
Okay, so 3 rounds remaining. Okay, so the second one is gonna go straight at Zixos,
There it comes.
the closest target.
Mm-hmm. Come at me.
And it's gonna... Yeah, for now I'll only try to bite your head off, more or less.
I only try to bite my head off. Sheesh, man.
And fuck,
Six's head is worth more than that.
I'm still forgetting they have the damage resistance, but it wouldn't matter at any point in time. Yeah, but I
Nope.
imagine that misses. Azrak.
Yes.
Let's see, is it just that one left with?
Yep.
Well, I will double move to there.
Alright, Zixos.
Alright.
And last one remaining, I will remember about his damage reduction.
Sure. Give me a second.
Fucking hell.
A sec- I do love the increased crit range of a katana, I gotta say. 25 enough to confirm?
It does confirm.
Mm-hmm. As
Okay,
the pieces of his
so-
master falls down, Sixers turns around, swings down his blade straight at the final ghoul.
So for the first strike it will be 15, not 20. And then...
20 plus 26 plus 17.
yeah, I mean first strike I counted separately because, well,
Yes.
it's a separate strike.
63 damage, DR5, 53, DR10, 43.
Okay, and then 26...
Edulus, check Wanderer's chat.
26... Okay, so... 6...
Sure, very angry burb.
43. Alright, yeah. With those mighty strikes, you managed to take him out.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, the last undead gone. And some of the body parts of Sahuagin beginning to flow down the river, the entire area being red with blood and body parts. The dust falls down, and after several more seconds, the paralysis wears off. Actually, you still have 3 chances to get this. Out of curiosity, if you can roll Simon the remaining, like, will saves to see if this you manage to like break free before it like goes away automatically.
Alright, 1 second.
Okay, so actually, yeah, on your next turn, because 18 would break you free, so...
Ah.
Just,
Oh god.
just out of
Oh my
curiosity.
neck. 10,000 years I lay dormant.
Well, technically, I'm going to need someone else to do it because.
You dropped to -4?
Yeah, because blood rage wearing off.
Alright,
Ah.
should probably get down there and see. Do think I have a potion of cure light wounds, so
Yeah, that would solve the issue of bleeding also. So basically, like, this is like a post-battle crash where Zero will just, as blood
pretty
rage wears
much.
off, and like, oh shit, I'm bleeding too much. I didn't have time to bleed before.
It's great that Cherik passed his save, but as soon as the cultist went down, he would have been unparalyzed.
Really?
Because the
Yeah.
whole person's dismissible.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
Which means,
doesn't need consultation, but is okay.
as if you're not conscious anymore, it goes down.
Alright, till you heal for 7.
Okay, so you are at 7 hit points
Alright.
because we're gonna go from 0 to 7, not from -4 to 3. And I guess you also medium right now?
Yep. Because enough time probably would have passed where I would have shrunk back down. Alright, and in the meantime, just as a precaution. Where's. Come on. Come on, sheep. Play with nice. Let's see, what did that heal me? Ooh, nice. I healed another 10.
Alright. Okie dokie. Quick question. How much more time do you have?
I mean, I'm getting up in like 8 hours, so should probably, if it's alright with you, we could call it now.
Fine with continuing, but it's up to you guys.
I'm fine either way.
Mm-hmm.
Because pretty much I'm just prolonging having to go downstairs and clean out the litter box today.
Oh, we're at about 3 hours, and this is a good stopping point, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm fine continuing myself, but this, like,
I got morning shift, so I can't stay anymore. So
Alright, I'm gonna make the question though.
Which is fine.
Did we level up again?
I have my doubts.
I will have to think about that. Essentially, you will also deal. I mean, it will depend on you if you want to like investigate more, because clearly something is about this place, even though it's not clearly. It doesn't seem like remarkable at the first sight, but it was marked before, and it is like a meeting point between two different forces.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we'll find soon enough.
We'd probably track where they came from and all that.
And we're gonna head off into some bigger things. We'll likely have some fights there, but I don't think we need.
Yeah, I'm
a level
gonna
fight just yet.
say it's close, but not yet.
next session.
Next time on
Let's
Dragon
go,
Ball
let's
Z.
Because there's still some, perhaps more information to get. Although, because now I'm saying that, and I'm remembering you did manage to basically connect dots and basically find out about all pre-prepared victory conditions, as about like long-term planning what you might be doing, or inform others what they could be doing. Okay, so from the knowledge acquired, figured out, and what you will be able to find here, because I imagine you will be checking the bodies. Yeah, you'll get level up. And I'll figure out the loot between the sessions. So I believe you should be level 7?
If you do indeed get a level, yes, we are level 7.
Yep.
Yeah, I've thought about it because I thought for a moment, okay, so this wasn't technically like a big thing, but then I thought to myself, but then again, I shouldn't be only giving levels from milestones, and technically learning about victory condition counts as a milestone, and what you will be able to find out here.
Sure.
So yeah, you guys are level 7.
Huzzah!
I can
Time to-
learn another stance.
Time to learn more OP abilities. Mm.
I can now add my strength to my AC. At least
Oh
half of
god.
it.
Fucking hell, really?
I get to add half my strength modifier to my AC and reflex.
Jesus fuck, which is like what, plus 16?
Uh,
You know, I just
I'll tell you the
thought
second
of
here.
something.
What?
I could have at any time sent my hawk to steal the orb.
Yes, you could have.
To be
In
fair,
fact,
there
you
was.
could have had.
To be fair, it was only like one use trick.
Mm-hmm.
So the moment he used the orb itself cracked. I was supposed to say that it was like spent, like cracked into dust because it was like one-time battery. So my mistake, I didn't mention that.
Oh
Alright,
well.
never mind then.
Yeah, so essentially it was supposed to be like kind of like a pearl of power, like one-time boost for being able to cast a second spell in a same turn. So I guess like a quickened spell. So yeah. So you don't have to like stick around, Simon. So thanks for the session. I might stay for a couple more
Mhm.
minutes before I have to bounce. So
Sure.
what bullshit abilities you guys will be getting? apart from like having like. Did I got it right, Sinful? Do you get like plus 15 or 16 now with that ability?
I'll tell you the second. I'm waiting for.
I mean, I
Wait,
think
which
his
update?
strength was like 35 or something. Not 35, but 32. Let's say 32. Which is like plus 50.
16?
Yeah, plus 16 strength, so plus 8 to AC would that be? But that's like with all of his buffs active. Without them, it's what is it like 24 right now?
Let's see. With all my buffs, I'm waiting on.
With no buffs, I mean, what would it be? 24?
Give me a second. With no buffs, it is. I have to deselect and reselect. There's got to be a way for me to make like a quick macro for this stuff.
Yes, definitely. I mean, you can. To be fair, you could also just like add buffs damage later. Like you roll and you say everything is at +4, and with this much to hit. Like I presume you're currently using it. That you're setting buffs. This much strength, this much so on and so forth.
Alright, without my buffs right now, I have +5.
So that's a +2 AC normally, but you've gotten up to at least +10. So between 2 and 7 AC, I presume.
And with all my buffs, I would be at I think it was a +7. It's like a 6 or a 7. So I'm trying to find the what's the name?
To answer your question,
code.
Matt,
Yeah?
I get an ability I will probably never use, and I get a feat that I'm getting Shield Gauntlet Master, which makes it so that my AC goes up by 1.
Okay.
Because
Alright.
I add my Gauntlet's enhancement bonus to attack to its shield bonus.
And
Let's see this.
That's it.
you don't get another maneuver.
Oh wait, fuck! I forgot about those.
You're gonna get a 4th level maneuver.
That's why I don't get shit. That's right.
That's the big part about it.
Okay, so for
am I gonna do?
Zilol, it's like it can get wild, but it is manageable.
Until I get to level what?
2 more levels.
Level 6, I get to add my full strength modifier.
So that's 4 more levels.
Yep.
So in 4 more levels, it gets silly, but that's a while off yet. I can pick up, if I want, some teleportation maneuvers as a move action. Teleport up to twice my movement speed. But I've been keeping away from movement teleportation so far because it's kind of fun doing stuff like dashing over rocks to get to someone.
It is. On the other hand, then I would have to like start thinking how to like try to hard counter you with
Yes, as a
CC.
yeah, the Black Tentacles.
On the
Unfortunately,
other
is very
hand,
strong.
Cultist did try that. I mean, I didn't make him, I just basically used pre-made NPC, and he had those
I mean,
spells, so I thought that, yep, it made
Yeah.
work that he had crowd
Yeah,
control.
no, that's perfectly reasonable. It makes me sort of gonna have to pick up something to deal with grapple because Suxus having 8 strength and being tiny makes it terrible at grappling.
And also fighting against anything that deals strength damage.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I
The
don't have
strength
to
damage.
like deal 50 points of damage, I just need to like, what, 8 points of
Mhm.
strength damage?
Yeah, to be fair though, the strength damage was just him getting unlucky. They hit like every single attack against him.
That's fair. And to be fair, incorporeal creatures are a bitch to deal with because, well, touch AC or because they don't heal against normal.
Let's see.
Um,
D8 HP. Let's see how much we get.
That's not bad.
4. Oh well.
Battle 1. Prepare loot and what information they find on the cultist. And Sahwagin, because he might have something. On the other hand, fucking water would be terrible. Paper would be terrible in water, so maybe they would not have.
Yeah, a feat. Nice.
Yeah.
I believe they take half if you roll below.
Yeah. I was gonna say that.
Okay, so
Reminder.
I
That
was like,
if you go below average, you take half. So you take average, basically. So you are not completely fucked.
hey, guess what? I get more will. I actually get a, let's see, my BAB is now finally up to 5. It's like I finally got a class that gives me will saves more.
Yeah, you're going to need some will saves, I feel.
There is one thing I meant to ask. Because I was reading into it. Can my character actually use the horseshoes?
No, I don't think so. You're not literally slamming them into your feet.
Well, I do have hoofs. That's the whole thing. The way I was reading it, it said you had to have all 4, so I wasn't sure.
Oh yeah, no, all 4
Does-
definitely.
Nah, I also like don't really see it.
I mean, the thing is, are you going to be using boots?
That's where I was trying to figure out. I was like, technically, because my character, when he's changed, he has hoofs instead of feet. Can even wear shoes.
I mean, yeah, you think you would be able to wear shoes? That's the awkward part about this. Think of it as a footwear, and since you oh wow.
Probably I would go, because then you would have to go, if you wanted to go approach this realistically, and you shouldn't because this is like a fucking high fantasy magical setting, you would have to consider that if you transform, then every other piece of your clothing would have to be, I don't know, either destroyed or taken off beforehand you change, because you get larger and your clothes and items are accustomed to medium creature. But I think we can go with like a simpler solution that, especially with magical items, they get accustomed to you, so they can like stretch according to your sizes. Because yeah, if we try to like dig into it deeply, then it becomes very like what's the word I'm looking for?
Well, considering I use enlarged person, my stuff changes with me automatically because of the spell.
I mean, yeah, that thing. So, so I would say on the same idea, like, I mean, we could go. I will be fine because I don't want to deprive player of like having a slot for item. Like mechanically, you can get an item, and even if fluff-wise, it's not described as a hoof, as a fuck. I'm missing the word. The thing they give horses.
Yeah, this is what I was
Yeah, so
I was looking at.
so instead of you buying horseshoes, you can go. I would be fine. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but we find like mechanically, you say that you buy like other like footwear actually for you as a humanoid, and fluff-wise, we can describe that it's adjusted in looks, and it can look slightly differently when you transform.
Right. So I was trying to think of this. I was thinking mechanics. Like, technically, I don't know if my character would actually be able to wear any kind of thing on their feet. Because I was looking through items trying to figure out what else I can add, and that was the only thing that came to mind.
On the other hand, now that I'm reading it,
we're getting shit crafted for us. You could obviously just get something shaped to your feet if you wanted to put it on.
Oh yeah, basically that's the shorter way of saying what I was thinking about. Yeah. You didn't have the right words to describe it, but yeah, that's what that's.
Technically, it could possibly be a custom magic item, but it's probably basically at the same price as whatever the hell you're making, because it's the same damn thing.
Yeah, I would go through in that thing.
And using the same slot even.
Yeah. I mean, fuck. I mean, I'm gonna stick with my ruling that horseshoes, not really. We can go with like simpler solution, but yeah, I understand what you're saying, Simple, because I read it, and yeah, it only states that if you have hoof attack, you get bonus to that. It doesn't say that you have to be animal or like.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
On the other hand, yeah, that's the other thing actually. That actually Julius said that all 4 shoes must be worn. So that's the thing. You don't really have 4 hoofs.
Yet.
Because you are moving on. Because. Like as I imagine your transformation, you are big, but you're still going on 2 hoofs, 2 legs, and not on all 4s, right?
Yep, because I was eager to look at that, because the other thing I was looking at was the boots of the mastodon.
So yeah, basically on that part that doesn't work. But if you actually were running on all 4s and you were actually transforming into quadrupled creature. Then I would say that in that case the item would work, but that's a different situation.
Alright.
But yeah, Ulfgar can whip out something custom made.
Hey Matt, I feel like this is totally unfair. Would you remove this part of the move if you look in chat?
Can you give me like not out of context, but can you give me like full description what this is?
Sure. Here.
Because I don't understand. Does it mean that if you like die with if someone, let's say someone hits you and kills you and you make this counter, you still die, right?
Yes, you still die. This is what it says. I'm saying it's unfair, and I think you should remove it.
Can you should counter that you're affected by negative condition, curse, days, paralytic, and no, I'm gonna. It's gonna stay.
I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm kidding, of course. No, it's just such a silly thing. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna negate my own death. Thank you very much.
I mean, that would sound like a cool idea of like Zonia's hourglass type thing from LoL, but I would imagine this would be like much higher level maneuvers.
Yes, something like that. Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. I get to add my stalker initiation modifier to my initiative. That might actually help my bad dex rolls.
Nice. Because Julius, that maneuver is like what, level 4th maneuver?
Yeah, this is a level 4 maneuver. It's already a powerful counter as it is. I was just memeing because I just love the phrase, you can't negate your death with this counter, like, because that clearly meant somebody tried doing that in playtesting.
I mean, that's the thing. Definitely someone tried it, because I don't know if you like know or played Munchkin.
Yeah, I played it.
Yeah, there
Mhm.
was this card where you fought the monster, like, I don't recall how is his name in English, like a void dragon, basically like a very powerful dragon, like a level 20 thing.
Mhm.
And it said that when you are defeated, you are like eaten, chewed on, spit, but it didn't say you died. And someone on official tournament was defeated by it, but he lost royals successfully because the card didn't say that he died. He didn't suffer from death effects in Munchkin, which means he didn't lose the items. And in the next edition in Errata, after all the description what the dragon does to you, the next sentence is, yes, you are dead. You are dead.
That's so
I mean,
fitting for
that
Munchkin.
I know.
I mean,
That's why I
yes,
love
it's
Munchkin.
excellent. It works, but yeah, they had to like
Yes.
do this thing.
No, specifically in Munchkin, it is against the rules to get caught cheating.
Okay. Uh,
Now, there are a bunch of fun maneuvers I was looking at that I could take, and one of them was called Impaling Strike,
oh dear.
which I just loved the flavor of. But
Mhm.
no, I'll just leave it at this. I went with something called Persecution.
Oh
boy.
no. Who are you gonna persecute?
Everyone.
Oh no, dude.
Now, what it is, it's a strike that if I use it, it adds 48 damage to my attack roll, unless the
Oh,
target
nice.
is cursed.
Oh no.
Then it does 8d8.
And can't you just like curse someone as a free action?
I think it says the move action. I could just curse someone.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Nice.
hit them really
Mhm.
hard. I'm checking Dark Mark now because it's just Armiger's Mark, but it curses them.
I like, by the way, here there's
Whenever
an
I hurt someone as a free action, I can mark them. And is it only when I hit them?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was possible to.
And there's the Armiger's mark thing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was possible to mark them with more than just damage.
There's a couple of maneuvers that does it, but
Uh,
I think.
Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a couple things that curse as well besides
Mhm.
that, but that's probably my main one is just hit them.
Here's a really dumb thing. There's a maneuver that has different effect based upon your main effect, like air, earth, fire, water. So earth has stunned, fire has
Oh, the little
blinded,
flux
water has
stuff.
nauseated, and then this fucking air has deafened. What a fucking scam!
Well, that sounds bad. That's really useful if you fight the caster.
What, 20% failure chance is not that impressive.
Hey, 20% failure chance is still a failure chance.
It's still
Yeah, but
something that might make a difference.
Yeah, but the problem is, if there was another one, they would have been stunned and been unable to even cast at all. You know.
But mind you, to be fair, air is completely broken in other regards. In that,
That is true. Like the stance I'm using currently, it's absurd with air.
like, was it like +4 to AC in initiative?
+4 to AC, +4 to initiative, and then the stance itself gives 2d6 extra damage on attacks. And what was it again? Electing resistance. It's probably the strongest stance in the game, to be honest.
I basically sat in that stance when I was a mystic and just shifted around my elemental because I had the style that you got extra damage when you shifted the element.
Ooh, that's nice.
I loved that build so much. It did a respectable amount of damage for the party that I was in. It wasn't a crazy amount, but it was consistent. And I was against Smoke Mystic, and I basically built it so that I did one strike around.
Same.
And so I didn't worry about my iterative attacks or anything like that. I just always fired a bullet around, basically.
I agree. That's how it should be.
And I did some pretty crazy stuff. Like, I had taken Amateur Gunslinger to grab the Deadeye deed.
Mm-hmm.
And because I had a lot of things from Gunslinger through Gunsmith Mystic, except for that one. So I was like, I'll just take that and get some hit points while I'm at it.
Hell yeah.
So one of the best things I did is we had enemies that were running away that in character would adapt to our tactics if we let them get away.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Because they were kind of like mutating monster kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like mutating, you said mutating is technically not the right word because it's not random, but it's the
Yes.
word that works.
Yes, understand what you mean. Mm-hmm.
I figured.
Evolving might be a better word you were
Yes.
looking for, but still.
Any case, the thing was flying and about 660 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
And it was almost full health.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled out all the stops. I fucking
Ooh.
one-shot the bastard.
Nice.
I didn't even crit it. That's the best part. Is it would have been worse if I had crit it.
I mean, you're
But-
using a gun, of course it is.
But well, I'm using a musket at that. But
Mhm.
actually, I think by that point I had upgraded to actually to a rifle, so I had a little less damage overall, but much higher reliability and much higher range. Double the
Mhm.
range, I think it is basically.
How-
But it's just so glorious to just oh he's dead. It's like fuck yeah.
Mhm.
Fuck yeah, he's dead.
I am short one BAB from getting a feat.
Wait, what? Oh, I see. Oh no.
I ended up going into the Animus Adept Prestige Class 2 to just go all in on the using my move action and swift and free actions to buff people as I'm shooting the shit out of things.
Mhm.
Like giving our charger the buff to you can make a 190-degree turn during your charge.
Yep.
Oh,
I gave you
nice.
that like once, but I don't think we ever used it.
I think I used it when you gave it to me.
Mhm.
Well, I more specifically watched for when it would be useful,
Mhm.
and then passed it out to him.
Mhm.
Yeah. When you don't have to actually use your move action, it is useful to pass out move action buffs.
Yep, it really is. It's a bit harder when you have to use your move action every turn.
Yeah, but through Animus Adept and how Gunsmoke is set up, I was getting like 3 points of Animus a turn basically.
Mhm.
So that means I could use 3 points and not and still have plenty.
Mhm.
And I basically used 2 because one to make the bullet so I didn't have to reload, and one to get the wisdom to damage.
Mhm.
Yes, Mystic is great. It just doesn't end. It's like, oh
It's a
no,
gift.
I'm out of maneuvers. Whatever's
That
going to
keeps on
happen.
giving.
Oh, I just reset and start over again.
I do love that part about it. Like instead of having to wait an entire turn, you just like get a bit of RNG that makes it a bit more fun to use, and you keep getting stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even complete RNG because you still choose a few that you start with.
You pick 2, and then the rest gets RNG around.
One of the ones I always kept readied was a range booster, which I used in that shot, of course.
Of course.
It ended up being, by the time I had to drop out of that campaign, basically they had to shift the day to Friday,
Ah.
and I work Fridays. So it's like, oh, that sucks.
Yep.
The day we were playing on, less players could play on that day, so that's how it ends up. But any case,
Yep.
It is what it is.
I think it was like 1,230 feet. And that would be at a -5 to hit, touch.
I mean,
I also have power shot.
okay, I was wondering a bit there. Now I'm kind of torn if I'm going to be boring and pick an overpowered counter or pick a cool move that basically shoots magic missiles.
I thought about grabbing a there's an AoE that I could have grabbed. It was a 30-foot radius from me, and it did 8d6 points of damage to enemies with half on a save and some other effects. But you know, my saves are my DCs are actually shit because my intelligence is 14.
Oh yeah, orc.
It's like I'm actually avoiding my DCs there. I'm trying to not have to make people make saves because they will pass them. I recall that it's actually one of the hardest things to boost up in Pathfinder is spell save DCs.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I would agree with that.
Especially compared to its counter. Because it is really easy to bump up saves real good.
Sorry, what?
It is extremely easy to get better saves than it is to get better spell save DCs.
I mean, out of the top of my head, I don't think there's an item that can basically give you like plus to save spell DC.
There's a few, but it's
Few and far between.
Tools as well, if I recall. Whereas saves is just fuck you. You get a bonus to saves.
Yeah, Cloak of Resistance, Ring of something, I guess.
Yeah. There's also used to Julius, demon chick from Wrath of the Righteous.
Arushale. Oh, you're Nocticula.
No. Yes. Used to be able to make a pact with Nocticula for like +6 profane bonus to your saves and some other bullshit. You can't do that anymore because she is no longer a demon lord and is redeemed. But you know.
I look at this. I love the idea of this thing, but it's kind of shit. Carnival swap.
So effective. Okay, so you are paralyzed and you can use that to basically give that hold person to another?
Yes, you'd have to like be able to move. Like, let's say you have freedom of movement, you get paralyzed, you switch it around. They don't have freedom of movement. Now they're paralyzed, and you steal one of their buffs.
Yeah, sadly, I believe plenty of high-level endgame bosses for this campaign pretty much will have something along the lines of freedom of movement. Not everyone, but still.
But yeah, it's kind of trash because A, you have to be affected by something that doesn't debilitate you, or B...
Oh, I tried to make it bigger. I tried to make it bigger.
Ah.
Yeah,
but yeah, I could pick up that counter I showed where you can't negate your own death because it's incredibly strong. But I don't know if I want to be that boring.
Yeah, I need to prepare for tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna be bouncing.